You're now tuned in to Jewels with Jones. I'm your host, Eric Jones Jr., and this is a series that is going to help you motivate you into the upcoming week. Have you ever had to start over? Like, I'm talking about start over with nothing but your clothes, nothing but the few dollars you had in your bank account, even if you did have some money in your bank account. So, life took a turn for me. Married, life was kind of good, and then boom, I get a divorce, right? Get a divorce, I get a place of my own. I'm cool, but I work in the school system, and at the particular job I had, I didn't get paid in the summer. Waited too long to ask for some help and got evicted. So now I'm like, dang, what I'm gonna do? I'm staying with friends. I'm homeless basically. I'm just not living in the shelter. I'm staying with friends, couch surfing, all these different things. And then I go and I stay with my ex. We're not all the way divorced, but we're in the process of divorce. So I stay there. That was hell. That was hell. It was hard living there. It just wasn't it. And so I'm like, man, I thought about suicide at in that particular season of my life because I'm like, life just ain't right. Like everybody was against me. Don't got nowhere to go. I can't be me. I gotta, kind of follow people rules at their house and stuff of that sort. And it just wasn't working. So COVID happened. COVID happened. The world shut down. We had to find wherever you live, you had to stay there. And I'm like, I'm not staying there with her. So I was like, I'm going to go stay with my mom during COVID. Go stay with my mom, don't got to really pay no bills, still get money because of COVID. And then my friend hits me and was like, hey, I know a place. It's not, the Hiltons or nothing of that sort, but it was a place to stay. So I call the people, I go move in, it's a room, and they got a daycare. Crazy. Lived in a room in a house, had a daycare first, then I had roommates. Nobody really knew how I was living except for the people that was close to me. But I had roommates. It was hell. Getting new people to stay with, my son coming to visit. I got to make sure I, kind of get to know these people, not know these people too much to make sure my safety. It was just a lot of craziness, right? So I go from being homeless to having a place. And then I relaunched my podcast. And that get me back going. And then I keep working in the schools. And now I got a new job, a salary job. Now I'm working, getting paid more. Now I get to save rent because the place that I stay is not that much. And I'm able to get back on my feet as things are going, things are happening. I'm building relationships. I'm meeting new people, all these different things. Because I didn't give up. I didn't take myself out the game when I wanted to because I knew I had a purpose. I knew it was a reason I was here. And in our lives, we go through seasons where we're alone. We go through seasons where we might be homeless. We couch surfing. We might not have the things that we need. We might be struggling paycheck to paycheck. Our bank account might be negative. We got to overdraw. All these different things might happen, but you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going because if you don't keep going, the people that are watching you, they going to give up on simpler things than what you going through. You done went through adversity from when you was a kid, from when you was a teenager, when you was a young adult. Whatever stage you went in, you've already dealt with some adversity. So if you dealt with that adversity, you can deal with the adversity you're dealing with now. So don't allow the season of homelessness or the season of aloneness to stop you from doing what you're doing. That's just God telling you, hey, you need to get on your stuff. You need to get on doing what you're supposed to do because if you don't do what you're supposed to do, how can I help you? Because I don't trust you with giving you this blessing or putting this person in your life because you're not doing the things by yourself. You got to do the things by yourself to lift yourself back up, to get back in the game, to get in the tryouts, to get to being able to get scouted, to be able to get you some minutes on the team, to being a role player, to being a star player, to being a Hall of Famer, to being a champion. You got to work your way up and you can't look at nobody else. You got to look in the mirror and say, hey, I got to do this for me. But then you also got to do it for those that are watching you, those that are around you. Because if you do it for them, then God's going to bless you so you can help them. So don't look at your bad times as bad times. Look at it as good times. Because you can be homeless, you could be struggling, you can be going through whatever you're going through, but don't allow that to stop you, because you're an underdog, but you can become a successful underdog because you don't have to give up. If you don't give up, if I gave up, you wouldn't be watching me right now. If I gave up, my son would have gave up, my daughter would have gave up, my mama might have gave up, my sister might have gave up, my dad, my friends that are around me. People might give up because they might look at you and might not tell you that you're the one, or tell you, hey, you inspire me, but people are watching you. So don't give up, because those that are around you are going to give up. And then those that are around them are going to give up. So more people in the world are going to give up than more people are going to continue if you give up. You can measure my arms, but you can't measure my heart.